Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and we've got to talk about the performance of the new DLC cars that were added today, because as I'm sure you guys have noticed by now, they're all really bad. And this isn't just you. This is something that is affecting everyone, and it's something brand new that Rockstar has done. And I'm not sure what they were thinking with this, but it has had a huge impact on the vehicles that have actually come out. So we received 5 vehicles today, 3 on the Legendary Motorsports site, 2 on the Southern San Andreas Super Auto site, but more importantly, we still have 11 vehicles left in the file. And the issue that's at hand here is going to impact all of those. So what is the issue that is going on? Well, it is a flag that Rockstar actually put on every single one of the new vehicles, and I'm not sure why they did it. So that flag is called engine resistance. And even if it has a very tiny value, it still has a huge impact on these vehicles, making them severely underperform. Now, in addition to that, Rockstar have also put a set of advanced flags on some of these vehicles too. I'm really not sure why they've decided to go about doing this, but they have. And this looks to have also had an impact on some of the vehicles. Now, this isn't the only thing they've done as well. They also added another flag, no heavy brake animation, to 3 vehicles, which is quite strange. The Raptor, Wagner, and Vision, and for whatever reason, it's added to the Sea Sparrow too. So they're playing around with the vehicles and it's having a big impact. Now, you don't need to watch like a testing video or a breakdown video to have a good idea that these vehicles aren't great. I definitely recommend you do. I'll leave a link to Broughy's testing videos of the 2 supercars in the description. So if you want to take a look at that for yourself, you can. And those are really the 2 big ones here. Now, while every vehicle is affected, let's be honest here, the supercars are the ones that matter because those are the ones out of this scenario so far that were likely going to be competitive. So even though this issue might still be happening for the Hot Ring Racer, because you primarily only use the Hot Ring Racer in the Hot Ring circuit, everyone's using that car, so they're all going to have the same problem. It's not great, but you can get around it. The Vapid GB200, that's not really a great sports car. There are cheaper, better variants that people are going to be using anyways. And then, of course, you've got the Volcar, which just, I don't think anyone is going to be using. It's a sports classic SUV van, and I really don't believe people are going to be using that for races. So people have primarily noticed this on the Entity XXR, and then the new Cheval Taypan. So let's specifically focus on the Entity because it's a vehicle that has sort of an earlier counterpart, and this is where you really see just how bad this is. So take a look at the Entity that was added from day one, $795,000 for the price of this vehicle, and it performs great. I mean, there's obviously been a lot of supercars that have come out after the Entity, so it is lacking a little bit performance-wise. But compare that to the new one, the XXR, and you see a price difference of over $1 million, honestly getting closer to $1.5 million being the price difference. So the net result out of all of this is these brand new cars that a lot of people are going to be buying all at once are severely underperforming, which is not good because there's going to be a lot of people that will jump onto these cars like I did earlier today on my live stream that are jumping on them because they're brand new and they're interesting and people want to find out, if they're good or bad or indifferent. And what has happened is a lot of people have bought these vehicles and right now they are performing horribly. Like they're some of the worst supercars in the game, which is absurd for their prices of $2.3 million and then $1.98 something million. So I want to talk to people who are in 2 different categories here. People that have purchased these cars and are freaking out, and people who have not purchased these cars that are wondering, what should I do? So if you have purchased these cars, I would recommend holding on to them for now. Because here's what I think Rockstar is going to do. This isn't the first time we've seen something like this. Remember last year when Rockstar released, I think it was the Infernus Classic, there was an issue with this car where it literally couldn't turn left. Like it would spin out very easily. And that car's price was like $800,000. And a lot of people jumped on Rockstar and said, hey, everyone's buying this car and it doesn't work. It's broken. You can't turn left. And they responded to that pretty quickly because they didn't want people buying this and having it be awful because then people would be skeptical of future DLC items. So what did Rockstar do? It took them about maybe 10 days, but they put together a swift patch where they actually fixed the Infernus Classic. I think they actually added like a downloadable update to the game that literally only fixed that car. And I would imagine that due to the severity of this, that's what they're going to have to do. Now, I am not a coder. I'm not a developer. So I don't know how Rockstar can reverse what they've done to these vehicles. Maybe it's something real simple that we see in a day or two. Or maybe it is something more complex that does take 10 to 11 to 12, 13, 14, 15 days. Maybe that's what ends up happening, but I'm confident that Rockstar will end up fixing these vehicles. Now, that is not a guarantee that these cars are going to be, world breakers, that they're going to be the best supercars in the game. There is a chance that they're still pretty average performance-wise. That would be a little bit upsetting because they're still really expensive, but I would say that they would at least have to be majorly better because right now they're just absolutely terrible. Now, let's get back to that other camp that hasn't bought these vehicles. Now, you guys should hold on, especially with the supercars. I know a lot of people are really excited about these vehicles. They want to get them right now because supercars are fun, and I totally get it. However, these are really broken, and it actually does take away from the experience. So if you haven't bought these vehicles, I would hold off for now. I will be sure to keep you guys updated, whether it be on Twitter, whether it be here on my YouTube channel, if Rockstar does anything that has an impact on these vehicles. So for right now, I would hold off on buying these cars because they're honestly not worth it, especially the supercars. Now, for something like the Volcar, whatever it's called, sure, maybe you get that if you're a big fan of the vans. Now, at the end of the day, buying these vehicles is totally optional and completely up to you. I'm just sort of giving you the warning right now that this is something that is going on and it's impacting everyone. Like, there's tons of people that are aware of this. And Rockstar is aware of it too, and I don't think they're going to let their new $2.3 million prize pieces just be thrown to the curb because they're absolutely awful performance-wise. So here's what I would recommend with these cars, especially given their current situation right now. What you should do if you don't own them, you should maybe rely on either a friend or a crew member, or maybe you get lucky and someone is nice enough in your public lobby and they'll let you maybe take it for a test drive or something like that. That way you can actually determine if this is a vehicle you want to buy, even though you know it has performance issues. Now, if you already own the vehicle, like I said, you've got two options. You can bail on this car, you can sell it for a fraction of the money, or you can wait it out to see if it becomes something good. At the end of the day, I still think it's a risk because you have cheaper cars like the Wagner and even the Nero Custom that are cheaper and you already know are really good performance-wise. So the big question is, are you going to be willing to risk, holding on to that vehicle and having a chance at losing money? So anyways, that right there is the situation regarding the brand new supercars and vehicles from this Super Sport Series DLC. Are the new vehicles the fastest in the game? I think that answer is yet to be known because Rockstar kind of shot themselves in the foot here adding these new flags to these vehicles. So we really don't know. The Entity XXR could become the best and fastest supercar in the game. But right now, it's handicapped by what Rockstar has done. So it's almost impossible to really tell and determine. But anyways, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Let me know what your experience has been with these vehicles. Have you purchased them? Have you not purchased them? Are you aware of the issues that are going on with them? Are you not aware? Let me know your thoughts, opinions, more in the comments down below. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. We like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.